Dr. Wright, recently China exploded an A-bomb in one of the northern provinces that was 3 to 6 times more powerful than Hiroshima. Can you tell me what direct
Is it above ground or below ground?
Below ground, underground testing, what effects it's having on the Earth right now?
It's changed the frequency of vibration of the molecular structure of all stratas of the Earth, which moves in 7 plates, which in turn is in respect to the laws of creation and the color spectrum as well as the octave of music, which you use as the diatonic scale. This will cause deeper repercussions in what we will call underwater blisters forming that will create giant volcanic eruptions, of which will in turn set off waves of what you term the tidal waves. But I know that it's upset the frequency of what they call the magnetic influence of all creatures of your ocean as well as your land. You will find that your mammals are misdirected, their echoes of what you term your radar are not attuned to the specific compass points, which have been disrupted by the nuclear explosion, and thus there shall be more of this problem ahead of the concerns of your world, and also it will affect the rotation of the Earth, which will slow it more to a 4 degree than what it's represented in the 7 spectrum of itself as we see it, including your total galaxy. So it is against the laws of nature in all respects to electrical currents and frictions of your world. But that is man's learning procedure, and also it's going to change a great deal of things in your world and take a time for them to be rectified in a proper balance.
Thank you.
Dr. Rife, you said it would change 4 degrees of 7 or 4 cycles of 7. I've come across this reference before. I don't understand it.
Well, 7 cycles of rotation, speaking within the magma of the Earth or the center of it, and the 7 vibrational rings that move from the core to the outer crust of the world has caused the normal 7 degree or 7 revolutions of the Earth to become slowing to what is 4 degrees or 4 revolutions per minute, and thus affecting the degrees of vibration from the core to the outer crust. Therefore, you will find this affects your weather, your satellites, your sun, and all galaxies or satellites that are surrounding the Earth. Man is sitting on a very dangerous condition. But this is what I understand from the forces of spirit or the earth angels, you might say, that have withdrawn from the safety or protection of earthlings.
I guess I have to plead ignorance, because as you speak, I'm trying to make a model in my mind of what is actually going on, and quite frankly, I can't.
Simplify it in this way. Visualizing 7 circles.
Or spheres?
With their perfect 360 degrees, working from the core of your Earth to the outer crust of the Earth. Each circle represents a different vibratory rating. For example, we see the color red in recognition of what you call fire as the core, or magma as it was called, registering the first vibratory rating in what you call the key of C. This is a neutral color. There's no ricochet of the vibration outward and then reversing to the inner core of the magma itself. So each circle representing a specific vibratory rating in respect to the laws of Vishnu and the color spectrum, and of course the different notes of your diatonic scale.
Is there any relationship here to physical oscillations at all? When we talk about vibratory rating, is the core ringing like a ball flexing in and out, or are we talking about some other type of vibration?
Well, of course, this is the very simple word that describes it all. It's the paste or glue that seems to hold everything in, the force of creation, without the crutch of religion. And it is seen that this paste or this glue is simply stated as recognizing all things in a state of vibratory rating. It is what you would call, there are no two fingerprints the same. It's the same in the universe. There are no two vibrations that vibrate at a specific frequency, but all things interlock that cause this esoteric concern that is sweeping across your galaxy.
I'm going to make a jump in idea here. I'm going to assume that what you're talking about are changing in forces or laws on a subatomic scale. It has to do with things that relate to actually the nature of matter. Is that correct?
Well, you're getting quite deeply involved in these metaphysical fields of which are inclusive of Einstein's nuclear fusions and also the theory of relativity, which you are oddly presenting maybe from your receiving the forms of conversations we are having in concern of what it is an opposite, that is the up and down, the yes and no, or the sun and the moon. When you look into the total interior of life, there is not a duality. It is in the benefit of humanity that this exists, but outside of it, there is this relativity of all things moving to the ultimates of what is called creation. And this moves to the finer circles of energies. I can't step beyond that. I'm not well versed in that concept.